How to tell if your catalytic converter is bad. Symptoms, real causes, how to fix them, and what happens if you ignore it in 2025. Most people don't realize their catalytic converter is failing until the car suddenly can't accelerate. The check engine light starts flashing, and the vehicle barely makes it home. And by the time that happens, the damage is usually already expensive. $3,000 expensive. Sometimes even more. What makes this even worse is that for months before total failure, the car was already giving quiet warning signs that most drivers completely ignore. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to tell if your catalytic converter is bad, the symptoms that separate a failing converter from ignition, fuel, or sensor issues, what actually causes a catalytic converter to fail in the first place, what your repair options are in 2025, and what happens if you keep driving with a bad catalytic converter, hoping the problem will fix itself. By the end of this video, you'll know how to diagnose this problem early, how to avoid being scammed at the repair shop, and how to make the smartest financial decision if replacement becomes unavoidable. Why catalytic converter failure is so expensive in 2025. In 2025, catalytic converters are more expensive than they've ever been. Not because of inflation alone, but because of what's inside them. Platinum, palladium, and rhodium are still embedded inside every converter, and these precious metals are what actually clean your exhaust gases. When prices of these metals spike, the cost of converters follows. Add in stricter emissions regulations and vehicle-specific designs, and suddenly, a simple exhaust part becomes one of the most expensive components under your car. What makes this worse is that a catalytic converter almost never dies on its own. It usually gets killed by another problem in the engine that was ignored for too long. And once the converter is clogged, melted, or internally damaged, it begins to choke the engine from the inside out. So, before we talk about symptoms, it's important to understand what a catalytic converter really does and why failure becomes so destructive. What a catalytic converter actually does. Your catalytic converter sits in the exhaust system between the engine and the muffler. Its job is to convert toxic exhaust gases into less harmful emissions before they exit the tailpipe. Inside the converter is a honeycomb-shaped ceramic or metallic core coated in precious metals. As hot exhaust gases flow through this honeycomb, chemical reactions take place that convert carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, and nitrogen oxides into carbon dioxide, water vapor, and nitrogen. Under normal conditions, the converter doesn't restrict exhaust flow. In fact, you should never feel or hear it working. It quietly cleans emissions every second your engine is running. But when the converter becomes clogged, overheated, cracked, or internally collapsed, it stops being an exhaust cleaner and becomes an exhaust blockage. And that's when everything starts to go wrong. The earliest signs of a failing catalytic converter. Catalytic converter failure rarely begins with loud noises. In its early stages, the warning signs are subtle and easy to misdiagnose. One of the first symptoms many drivers notice is a gradual loss of engine power. Acceleration feels weaker than it used to. The car struggles more when climbing hills. You press the gas and expect a response, but the engine feels suffocated. This happens because the converter is beginning to restrict exhaust flow. Engines need to breathe freely. Exhaust gases must exit efficiently so fresh air and fuel can enter. When the converter begins to clog, the engine can no longer expel exhaust properly and power drops. Another early sign is declining fuel economy. As the engine struggles to breathe, it compensates by injecting more fuel. You begin filling up more often, even though your driving habits haven't changed. Many drivers replace spark plugs, oxygen sensors, mass airflow sensors, and even fuel injectors trying to fix poor mileage that was actually being caused by exhaust restriction. A subtle rotten egg sulfur smell is another early warning sign. This odor comes from hydrogen sulfide buildup when the converter's chemical reactions stop working properly. Many drivers notice the smell at stoplights, or when parking in closed spaces like garages. Performance symptoms as the converter gets worse to look out for. As converter damage progresses, the performance issues become impossible to ignore. One of the most common advanced symptoms is severe hesitation and stumbling under acceleration. You press the gas, and the engine revs slowly then jerks forward inconsistently. It feels like the engine is fighting against an invisible wall inside the exhaust. Another major sign is excessive heat coming from underneath the vehicle. A severely clogged catalytic converter traps heat inside itself, sometimes glowing red hot during nighttime driving. This excessive heat can damage nearby components such as oxygen sensors, wiring, floor insulation, and even start fires in extreme cases. Misfires may also begin to appear. As exhaust back pressure increases, it interferes with proper combustion. The engine struggles to evacuate exhaust gases from the cylinders, causing incomplete burn cycles. This often triggers misfire codes and flashing check engine lights that get misdiagnosed as ignition or fuel system problems. Eventually, the engine may struggle to start or stall randomly at idle. Severely clogged converters create so much restriction that idle airflow becomes unstable. Some vehicles will start fine cold and then die as the exhaust heats up and restriction increases. The check engine light and catalytic converter codes. Modern vehicles constantly monitor the efficiency of the catalytic converter using oxygen sensors placed before and after the converter. When the converter fails to clean exhaust the way it's programmed to, the computer detects abnormal oxygen readings and triggers specific diagnostic trouble codes. The most common catalytic converter code is P0420, which indicates low catalyst efficiency on bank 1. For V-style engines, P0430 refers to the opposite side. While these codes strongly suggest converter failure, they do not automatically guarantee it. Oxygen sensors, exhaust leaks, misfires, and fuel trim issues can also trigger these codes. This is one of the biggest traps drivers fall into. They see P0420 and immediately replace the converter without verifying the main cause. In some cases, the converter is perfectly fine and was damaged by exhaust leaks, misfires, or sensor errors that weren't addressed first. What actually causes a catalytic converter to fail? Catalytic converters do not simply wear out quickly under normal conditions. Most converters are designed to last well over 100,000 miles. When they fail prematurely, it's usually because something else killed them. One of the most common causes is long-term engine misfires. When a cylinder misfires, raw, unburned fuel enters the exhaust. That fuel ignites inside the catalytic converter and causes extreme overheating. Repeated overheating melts the internal honeycomb structure, collapsing it and blocking exhaust flow. Another major cause is oil burning. Engines with worn piston rings or failing valve seals allow oil to enter the combustion chamber and burn. That oil coats the converter's internal surfaces and prevents the chemical reactions from taking place. Over time, it clogs the converter internally. Coolant leaks from blown head gaskets can also destroy converters. When coolant enters the exhaust stream, it contaminates the converter's coating and creates internal damage. Running excessively rich fuel mixtures caused by failing sensors, fuel pressure problems, or tuning issues also overheats converters. Even aftermarket performance modifications can destroy CATs if air-fuel ratios aren't properly controlled. How to tell if the converter is truly bad or just a sensor problem? Before condemning any catalytic converter, proper diagnosis is critical. One of the most reliable non-invasive tests is to monitor engine performance when exhaust restriction is temporarily relieved. In professional shops, this is done using pressure sensors installed upstream of the converter. Elevated back pressure confirms clogging. On the driveway level, many technicians observe the correlation between engine power loss and temperature. If performance drops drastically once the vehicle is fully warmed up but seems more normal when cold, that's a strong indicator of a restricting converter. Cold exhaust is denser and flows better temporarily through partially clogged material. As heat builds, expansion tightens the restriction. Another telltale sign is repeated oxygen sensor replacement without solving the P0420 code. When sensors are replaced and codes return quickly, the converter is often the true failure point. What happens if you continue driving with a bad catalytic converter? Ignoring a failing catalytic converter is not just an emissions issue. It becomes a mechanical threat to the engine itself. As exhaust restriction increases, the engine must work harder to push gases out of the cylinders. This increases combustion temperatures inside the engine, placing stress on pistons, valves, and cylinder walls. Fuel economy plummets. Spark plugs foul. Misfires multiply. Engine oil thins from fuel dilution. Over time, these secondary issues can destroy an engine that was otherwise healthy. In extreme cases, a completely blocked catalytic converter can prevent the engine from starting at all. The exhaust becomes so restricted that the engine cannot breathe. Some vehicles will start briefly and immediately shut off. Others will crank endlessly without starting. At this stage, the repair bill usually multiplies because what could have been a converter replacement becomes a converter plus engine repair scenario. Repair options in 2025 and what they actually cost. In 2025, catalytic converter replacement costs depend heavily on your vehicle type. Direct fit OEM converters often cost between $1,200 and $3,000 installed. Trucks, luxury vehicles, and performance models can easily exceed $4,000. Aftermarket converters are cheaper, but often come with durability risks. Many aftermarket CATs do not contain enough precious metal content to match factory efficiency. In emission-strict states, some aftermarket units are not even legal for road use. In certain engine configurations, replacing the converter also requires removing heat shields, subframes, or even partially dropping the engine cradle, further increasing labor costs. For some older vehicles, replacing the car may financially make more sense than replacing the converter. This is one of the harsh realities drivers face when a catalytic converter failure appears late in a vehicle's life. Can you clean a catalytic converter? This question comes up often, and the answer depends on the type of failure. Cleaning products can sometimes help mild carbon buildup and contamination. However, cleaning will not fix melted, cracked, or collapsed internal honeycomb structures. Once the internal core melts or breaks apart, replacement is the only permanent solution. Additives may temporarily improve symptoms if the problem is light contamination from rich fuel conditions. They cannot restore physically damaged internal materials, common misdiagnoses that send drivers into financial panic. Many drivers are told their catalytic converter is bad when the real problem lies elsewhere. Faulty oxygen sensors, misfires, vacuum leaks, fuel injector problems, exhaust leaks before the converter, and even transmission issues can mimic converter failure. This is why blind replacement based solely on a P0420 code is dangerous. Proper diagnosis saves money. Guessing costs thousands. Most cars often begin with minor misfires or rich mixture problems long before the converter fails. The engine light comes on intermittently. Drivers ignore it. Months pass. Fuel economy drops. Acceleration feels weaker. Then one day, the engine struggles to climb hills. Shortly after, severe stalling begins. By the time the converter is diagnosed, it has already been destroyed by upstream problems. If this breakdown helped you understand how to recognize a failing catalytic converter before it turns into a full-blown mechanical disaster, make sure you subscribe. Upcoming videos will cover exhaust back pressure testing, upstream sensor diagnostics, and misfire detection that destroys converters in months instead of years. Share this with anyone whose car is suddenly losing power and throwing unexplained engine codes. It might save them thousands.